ever been asked, what do you do for a living? And your mind just goes blank?
You're not alone. And guess what? We're going to fix that today. Let's get you speaking confidently about your job in English.
Welcome back to the English Learning Podcast, the show that helps you speak real, everyday English with confidence. I'm Sarah, your English buddy, and trust me, if you've ever frozen up mid-sentence, mispronounced entrepreneur like 3 different ways, or just smiled and nodded in panic, you're in the right place.
And I'm John. Whether you're chatting with a new friend, stuck in small talk at a wedding, or sweating through a job interview where they ask, "So, what do you do?" Today's episode is for you. We're going to break down how to talk about your work life in clear, simple English. No fancy grammar, no textbook talk, just real, natural conversation you can actually use. Because let's be honest, saying, "I do office work" doesn't always cut it.
All right, friends, enough talking. Let's just dive right in and get started already. No more and moments. We're here to make your English sound smooth, confident, and totally natural. So grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's jump into today's lesson. Ready? Ready? Because trust me, once we start, you'll be speaking about your job like a pro in no time. Let's do this. All right, before we dive headfirst into today's dialogue, and trust me, it's going to be super useful and maybe even a little funny, let's take a quick sneak peek at a couple of key words and phrases you'll hear throughout the episode. These little gems will help you sound extra confident and totally natural when you talk about your work life. So buckle up, get ready to learn, and maybe even chuckle a bit as we go. Because who said learning English can't be fun, right? Let's check them out.
All right, first up on our list is VP, which stands for Vice President. Now, that's not just some fancy title people throw around to sound important. It actually means a pretty high-level position in a company. Usually, a VP is someone who helps lead an entire department or division, kind of like the captain of a team, making sure everything runs smoothly. So if you hear someone say, "I'm the VP of marketing," that means they're the big boss when it comes to marketing stuff. Pretty cool, right? Don't worry if it sounds a bit intimidating now. By the end of this episode, you'll be dropping terms like that like a pro.
And the next term you'll hear today is Fortune 500 company. Sounds fancy, right? Well, it basically means one of the 500 biggest, most successful, and powerful companies in the entire United States, as ranked every year by Fortune magazine. Think of it like the who's who of the business world. These are the companies that make a ton of money, employ thousands of people, and are known pretty much everywhere. So if someone says, "I work at a Fortune 500 company," you know they're working with some serious big league players. Don't worry if it sounds a bit overwhelming now. By the end of today's lesson, you'll be throwing around terms like these like a business pro. No sweat.
All right, let's jump into a real-life conversation and see how it all sounds in action. Listen closely to how people describe their jobs, what they actually do every day, and how they explain their responsibilities, without sounding like a robot reading a resume. Seriously, you'll hear real expressions, natural flow, and maybe even a few moments where you'll go, "Oh, so that's how you say it." Let's check it out.
That was awesome, wasn't it? Okay, now let's slow it down a little and break it all apart. We're going to look at some super useful phrases and vocabulary from that conversation you just heard. And trust me, these are words you'll actually use, not just memorize for a test. Let's dive in. Implement. To implement something means to actually put it into action, not just talk about it in endless meetings. For example, the manager implemented new training procedures. So basically, someone had a plan, and then boom, they made it real. Oversee. To oversee means to supervise, to keep an eye on things, to make sure it's all going smoothly. without becoming a micromanaging monster. Like, she oversees the marketing team, so she's the boss lady, making sure everything gets done right. Under me. This phrase might sound a little strange at first, under me, but don't worry, it just means people work under your supervision. I have 10 employees under me, so no, they're not hiding under your desk. It just means they report to you. Quality control, this is a fancy way of saying you make sure things are done right. The product is solid, the service is top-notch, and no one's messing it up. He works in quality control at a food company. So yeah, if your burger bun was burned, someone in quality control probably missed their coffee that day.
All right, let's check out 3 supernatural, everyday phrases you can use when talking about work. These are the kind of expressions native speakers use all the time. And the best part? They make you sound smooth, not stiff like a grammar textbook. Let's go. 1. She's always going on about... Okay, this is a funny one. When you say someone is always going on about something, it means they keep talking about it over and over and My coworker is always going on about his new car. Like, bro, yes, we get it. It has leather seats. Move on. But hey, now you can say it too. Next time someone won't stop talking about their cat's new outfit or their gym routine. 2. Hey, how's it going? This one's a classic. It's just a casual way to say, how are you, but without sounding like a robot. Use this when you see a coworker in the hallway, bump into someone at the coffee machine, or text your friend at work, like, hey, how's it going? And boom, instant friendly vibes. Pro tip, don't answer this with your life story. It's just a quick, good, thanks, and you're golden. 3. What do you do for a living? Ah yes, the million-dollar question. This is the smooth, natural way to ask about someone's job, much better than what is your job, which sounds kind of robotic. So, what do you do for a living? You can ask this when meeting someone new at a party, a networking event, or even at the barber, though maybe wait until they're not using the razor on your neck.
All right. Now let's listen to that same dialogue one more time. But this time, we're slowing it way down for you. Think of it like pressing the slow-mo button on your English learning remote. So you can really catch every little detail. The pronunciation, the natural pauses, and even the tone people use. Trust me, hearing it at a slower pace makes a huge difference. And no worries, we're not judging if you mouth the words along with it like a karaoke champion. Ready to tune in with your sharp ears? Let's go!
So, when someone asks you, what do you do, how do you usually answer? Do you freeze up like a deer in headlights? Or do you blurt out something like, office work, I guess? Don't worry, you're not alone. It happens to so many people, especially when you're trying to speak in English and your brain is like, nope, not today. But here's the good news. By the end of this episode, you'll have some clear, natural ways to describe your job without the awkward pause or nervous chuckle. So stick with us.
All right, let's make this super easy for you. No stress, no tongue twisters, just a simple go-to formula you can follow when someone asks what you do. Ready? I'm a job. I work at place. I main responsibility. Simple, right? It's like filling in the blanks, almost like English Mad Libs, but without the weird words. Let me give you an example. I'm a nurse. I work at a hospital. I help take care of patients. Boom, that's it. Straightforward, natural, and super clear. And no, you don't have to sound like a robot while saying it. Add a little confidence, a little smile, and maybe even some flair if you're feeling bold. Trust me, it sounds way better than mumbling something like, I do office thing stuff. We've all been there.
And hey, if you don't have a job right now, no problem at all. You're still totally part of the conversation. You can simply say something like, I'm a student, or I'm looking for a job. Easy, right? No need to panic and say something like, I'm currently exploring options in the field of breathing? Just be real and keep it simple. People understand. We've all been between jobs at some point or still hitting the books. So the next time someone asks, just smile and give a confident answer instead of disappearing into the floor.
All right, friends, let's do a super quick and fun review before we wrap up. I'll say the meaning and you try to guess the word. Don't worry, no one's grading you. Ready? Okay. If someone talks about something a lot, what do we say? Yep, going on about. Next one. To begin doing something. Come on, easy one. That's implement. Now, what's the word for watching and directing something to make sure it's done right? That's right, oversee. Nice. Here's one I love. When someone says, 10 people work under me, what does that mean? It means they work for you, or simply under me. And finally, if someone works at one of the 500 biggest companies in the US, you got it. They're at a Fortune 500 company. Boom! Look at you go, crushing these terms like a pro.
All right, let's see how you did. Ready for the answers? Here we go. First up, talk about something a lot? That's go on about. You know, like that one friend who never stops talking about their cat. Next, begin to do something? That's implement. Fancy word, but super useful. Then we've got oversee, which means to supervise or keep an eye on things, like a boss with a clipboard and serious eyebrows. Working for me? That one's under me. Sounds intense, but it's just office lingo. And finally, one of the biggest companies in the US. You guessed it, Fortune 500. If you nailed all 5, give yourself a little round of applause. If not, well, no worries. That's what replays are for.
All right, listeners, now it's challenge time. Get ready because I've got not one, but 2 challenges for you today. Don't worry, they're fun and totally doable. No pop quizzes or surprise tests here. Think of them as little brain workouts to help you practice everything we've learned so far. So put on your thinking caps, get comfy, and let's see how well you're catching on. Are you ready? Because I promise these challenges will make you smile and maybe even chuckle a bit. Let's do this.
All right, everyone, here comes challenge number 1. Think you can guess the name of the song we used in today's dialogue? And bonus points if you know who performed it. Don't worry, it's not some super tricky tune that only music experts know. It's catchy and fun, so I'm pretty sure you've heard it before. Take a moment, rack your brain, and if you need a hint, just hum it quietly to yourself. No judgment here. Ready to impress us with your music detective skills? Let's see who's paying attention.
Okay, here comes challenge number 2. And this one's a little quiz for all you business buffs out there. Can you tell us what the number 1 company on the Fortune 500 list is this year? Don't worry, it's not a trick question, like what's the secret to life or why do socks disappear in the laundry? Just the top company that's rocking the US business world right now. Drop your guesses in the comments below. And hey, don't be shy. Even if you don't know the answer, take a wild guess and have fun with it. We can't wait to see who gets it right.
We really want to hear from you, so don't be shy. Hop down to the comments or hit us up on social media and tell us all about your job in English using the cool phrases we covered today. Whether you're a marketing guru, a student, or just the CEO of your own couch, this is your chance to practice and show off what you've learned. And hey, if you mess up a little, no worries. We're all learning here, and sometimes mistakes are the funniest part. So come on, share your story, make us laugh, and let's keep this conversation going.
All right, here's a quick example to get you started. Something simple but useful. You could say, I'm a software engineer. I work for a tech startup. I oversee the development of new mobile apps. Sounds fancy, right? But don't worry if you're not in tech. Just swap in your own job and what you do every day. Now it's your turn. Give it a try and tell us about your job using the phrases we learned today. And hey, if you stumble a bit or laugh at yourself, that's totally normal. Learning should be fun. So go ahead, don't be shy, and show off your English skills.
Thanks so much for joining us here on the English Learning Podcast, the place where real, everyday English comes to life and helps you speak with confidence. We hope you had as much fun listening as we did making this episode. Remember, learning a language isn't always perfect. Sometimes you'll mix up words. Sometimes you'll laugh at your own mistakes. Trust me, we do too. But that's all part of the journey. So keep practicing, keep smiling, and we'll see you in the next episode with even more useful tips and tricks. Until then, take care and keep speaking English like a pro.
Hey, before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Seriously, it's the best way to keep up with all our exciting lessons and fun tips to boost your English skills. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please share it with your friends, family, or even that neighbor who always asks, "What do you do?" Let's help everyone speak English confidently. We can't wait to have you back for more lessons, laughs, and learning. So come on, join our English learning family again soon.
The website da 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 da.